Hey guys, good morning. So it is Tuesday, October 30th. I wanted to check in with you. I don't know if I'll be doing three videos a day any longer. I'm just kind of getting set up back here at home. But I want to give you an update and stay in touch with you all because I do want to keep the site continued. I hope you all still are following me. I'm not quite sure what it's going to morph into. I'd really love to see if you guys would love to kind of get more involved with it yourselves. In terms of, I want to keep the point-a-thon message, and I know we're using it every day. I know we're asking people to use it every day, and I'd love to be able to give stories and examples of that. But so just to give you guys an update on where I'm at with things, I kind of caught a cold in California when I got back, and those of you that don't know me that well, I have asthma. So when I get a little cold, the cold isn't that big a deal. It blows up my asthma. So it's been a rough day or two. But got a good hot shower this morning and ready to rock and roll today and get the business started. There's definitely life at home is just kind of gone right back to normalcy. The dog's insane. The kids are wonderfully insane. For sure though, there's this mental block of trying to cross the bridge with this pile of mail to get through because it's not real positive. But that's what we got to do, right? Out there on the journey. When I spoke with Nick, who was with Route Magazine, he had biked across the country a couple of times. He had said there was going to be this depression when you finish the journey, and I'm not sure if I would say there's a depression that came with it with me yet. Definitely, yesterday was a rougher day, dropping the kids at school, and then kind of sitting around looking at like, okay, now what? For the last 110, 115 days. There was a now what, but it was a certain sort of excitement of now what. We've got some business plans. I've got a call scheduled today. I've got another call in already. And reach out for one of the schools that's been talking to me. So we're definitely taking this point-a-thon forward. At the same time, however, trying to be real with you guys, my biggest priority right now there's two. One is to get my kids up to see their grandmom and me to see my mom, who I haven't seen in a while, and do that while balancing their school. They're off a day in November, but the second part of that is I got to pay bills. It's that simple. So it's nobody's responsibility but mine to make that happen. So I've got to either get my resume together, get my business working, and look to get investors in that part of it, which is we're definitely running the business forward. I had reached out on my journey at one point about offering some investment opportunities to some folks, and some took me up on it, some didn't. Didn't expose it to everybody, but I'm getting with my business partners today to see what we're going to do, what avenue you want to go with that. But I've got to get myself a job, get some income. When I'm out there on the journey, it was great that somebody would pick up a lunch or find a way to put a $10 bill or $20 bill in my pocket to get me through. But certainly nobody's doing that here to pay my monthly bills, and nor should they have to. I'm not expecting that. It never was any of my expectation to some of the haters out there. Look, this is just life. I chose to do what I did, and I'm very comfortable with the decision. The kids are very comfortable with the decision. And then more importantly, for a lot of you out there, thank you for your service, sir.
You're welcome.
More importantly out there is I'm fired up. I've got a bunch of research to do on my end in terms of going back through things, but the book has already, chapter 1 has been started. In my mind, there's no reason why I couldn't do a couple of chapters a day and have this thing done inside of a week or two. It does require more research than I anticipated. I have a pretty good memory, and I sent myself chapters, but I got to reread them, process through them, pick out the points I want to address, some I don't. And then there's kind of the aspect of the book itself. I guess we're gonna end up going this our own route. There's the way, and maybe I'd love your guys' feedback. Honestly, is do I do the book just kind of chronologically, and talk about it either day by day or state by state, as to just the occurrences of the day. Some days it wasn't a whole lot, other days it was a tremendous amount. Or do I share my observations along the way? And that's kind of how hopefully this website will morph too. I'm not going to have as many, hey, guess what I ran into today, and here's how I ran into them. I ran into them arbitrarily on the street or at a restaurant or at a ball game or whatever. But those stories are going to continue. But some of what people have told me is they enjoy, I don't know how you say it, but my slant on things, my observation. A lot of people say, hey man, those are exactly the way I feel. So throughout my journey, I try to talk about the people. Early on, if you follow my YouTubes back to June before I started walking, I told people about my thoughts and feelings on things. But some people want me to put that into the book as well that I've talked to. They want me to share my thoughts or commentaries, I guess I'd say, observations on people I've met. Like, for example, when I was out there was certainly, how are you today? There was some of the things that really, like, for example, 3 things that struck out at me while I was out on the journey, just coming to mind while I'm talking to you right now. The incredible amount of homelessness, the incredible epidemic of drug use in our country, and then lastly, what I call this alpha male myth. Those are just 3 things. So they did come up in the book, per se, but there might be a chapter to talk about each of those with illustrations and things along those lines. So I'm not quite sure how I'm gonna do that yet. Most of you trust me enough to just say, hey, Jim, you've run the journey your way so far, and it's turned out pretty well. Just keep doing what you do, and we'll go from there. So just bear in mind, guys, that the journey book is in progress already. I literally gave myself. I got back Sunday evening, held the kids, hugged the kids, had some welcome home cake with them, a welcome home chocolate chip cookie pie with them. Gave myself yesterday to kind of be a little bit sick. Gave myself this morning to recover, and we're at it, So I definitely am more than serious and sincere about making this happen and getting this book out to you guys. I want you to be able to, at least to the handful of you that might actually read it, to just maybe remember, hey, I remember when he said that, and be there in that situation with me, and maybe see things from a different perspective. So anyway, just an update. There's a lot going on. That is a lot that I'm working on, and I'm excited to be home and excited to get working on this. Like I said, I do, guys, unfortunately, life is life too. So the business aspect will take care of itself down the road, but in the meantime, I've got to find a way to pay some bills. So that's also on my priority list. So if I take away some time or from time to time talk to you about that, again, I'm just trying to be me. I'm not trying to whine to anybody. I'm not trying to complain. I'm just trying to say, hey, this is life, right? So and this is what it'll be when I left, and then we go. So there's a lot going on. There's a full plate, and but the one thing I'll say about myself now, because of this journey more than anything, is I always had these ideas that I would just let sit right at the top and not follow through on. And I am so committed, and maybe it's because I was able to finish this journey, maybe it's because of the people I've met, but I'm so committed to follow through and to take these things to the next level and to make positive change in this world. And I can do it with you guys. How you doing today? So I'm excited about that. And so stand by with me, guys. Also, I will say this though. I've tried not to talk politics on this whole, journey when I'm gone. But it's insanity to me. There was a song. You guys are gonna get mad at me about this. There was a song years ago by an artist named Shaggy that simply said it wasn't me. And in essence, in the song, he got busted cheating by his girlfriend or his wife. And the more she caught him, the more he just said it wasn't me. No matter what she said, no matter what proof she provided, it wasn't me. And I can't help, now that I've gotten back home and gotten a little bit more ingrained and watched some television news and things like that, that we talk about, our society was becoming so divisive. It's ridiculous. I'm not Republican or Democrat. I'm not talking pro-Trump or anti-Trump. But for this guy to sit up here and we weren't tweeting about a World Series game on the day that there's a synagogue shooting. And by the way, I had done a poor job of recognizing that, and so my condolences to the folks out in Pittsburgh that were, again, just because of hatred and vitriol and just what's wrong with our society, man. So again, another example of maybe if we point the thumb, we calm things down a little bit than flaming what is going on. And I can't help but look at this particular president that we have, and anytime something comes up, it wasn't me. It's like Shaggy is our president. You know, if someone cites him for something, he says they catch him contradicting himself. It wasn't me. Something good goes on, it was him. And it's not a matter. Forget President Trump in the name. Insert anybody out there. It's what our society is becoming. If you just defend something long enough, it's fake news. It's the media. It's blame somebody else. Blame the media. Blame my teachers. Blame my parents. Blame somebody. I just see it on the news almost like literally every hour something pops up where somebody's blaming somebody for something, man. And I hope it can change that. That's what I'm trying to get at here. That's my commentary for today. So, thanks for following. I love you guys. And tomorrow's Halloween. Have a happy Halloween. Be safe. And hope I'll talk to you all soon. All right. Take care, guys. Love you.